And here in the 8th, he will yield to the former Met right-hander Hansel Robles.
Heaney very democratic in his strikeouts. 5 with the fastball, 4 with the curveball, and 1 with the change.
New first baseman for the Angels, that's Luis Valbuena. Jeffrey Marte started the night at first base. It was for Marte that Ohtani pinch hit in the 7th and hit the home run. Top of the order for the Dodgers in the 8th. You know, I had mentioned and want to clean this up that the UCL injury that Ohtani was diagnosed with, limiting him to hitting for the time being. He will be reevaluated. There is still a chance that he can get on the mound this year. The series of evaluations and steps, whether it gets to that is still unclear. But just to set the record straight, still an opportunity for him to pitch pending a clean bill of health.
Absolutely, Matt. And another impressive thing about Ohtani and his comeback, he was out a full month, no rehab games, which is very difficult to do. You go an entire month without seeing major league pitching, and you get back into it, get back into the saddle, and you're hitting home runs like you did tonight. Just tells you again what a magnificent talent this young man is.
And if he gets the okay to try pitching again, that's going to be complicated by the fact that he's serving as a hitter. In other words, he can't go on a minor league rehab assignment. He probably would have to pitch a bunch of simulated innings up here.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Chris Taylor. Well, again, this is the impact he's made. 9 starts on the mound. He's won 4 of them. And in his 40 appearances as a batter this year, a .275 average, OPS of near 907 home runs. In a super limited sample size. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes to Taylor.
Matt, Jess, if you guys were sitting here in Billy Epler's shoes and you had to decide one or the other, would you go pitching or would you go hitting?
I mean, if you have to decide one or the other, I think you have to go pitching just because of the emphasis on, and we got a small sample size. It's hard to tell how that'll play out, but I'll tell you that split finger is surreal, and he can throw 100. In a day and age where starting pitching is in more need now than ever. I just feel like he has more value as a pitcher, even though we just saw what he can do at the plate.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Taylor.
Matt?
Yeah. Ditto.
Is that ditto?
I mean, I wouldn't even think twice about it. If you backed me into a corner and it had to be one side of the scorecard, I want him on the mound.
And I want to see him play, like I do, because honestly, Friday night, one of the favorite things I've seen of Ohtani all season long was actually a walk that he had that turned into a stolen base, that turned into him taking 3rd on an error. And guess what? He tied this game and ultimately helped the Angels win the game against Kenley Jansen in the 9th. There's athleticism there that is really fun to watch.
Next full count pitch to Taylor is again fouled away.
Guys, I want to chime in here. I think you have to listen to Ohtani and ask him what he wants, because he made such an investment in his career with the way that he made the decision to come here. He bypassed the opportunity to make $200+ million. That's what I've been told by general managers around baseball, because he came here to play this year. And so for this year and next year, I think the Angels should just ask Ohtani, because of how much he bet on himself, what do you want to do? And if he wants to do both, I go with that.
9th pitch of the plate appearance on its way to Chris Taylor. Well, isn't that part of the reason he chose Anaheim to begin with, Buster? I mean, remember the courtship process earlier this winter when all the suitors had to present their case to Shohei Ohtani, and everybody made a pitch to him?
And every team that I talked to said, given the talent level, sure, you can come and do what you want. And then after he would arrive, I think all the teams said they would figure it out at that point, and that's what the Angels are going to do. One manager said to me, boy, it's so complicated. When do you pitch him? When do you hit him? When does he have to have days off? And then he paused and said, I would love to have that problem.
Absolutely right.
You know, Buster, Billy Epler deserves a lot of credit going back to when he was an assistant to Brian Cashman with the Yankees. He started the relationship then with Ohtani and kept in touch and really followed him throughout. When he comes to the Angels, the residual of a great relationship is he lands right here in Anaheim.
The next full count pitch. Taylor puts this one in play and gets it past Fletcher into left field. Tying runs aboard to lead off the 8th.